Hi, it's Fred Van Vliet. This is another one of my late night ramblings. I've been thinking about how did we get to where we are today, and why is our Canadian election such a conundrum? How do we get entangled in our thoughts? Some of our whole ways of thinking and values have been all screwed up over the years. I'm eventually going to get to the beginning of these things, but I'm kind of working backwards. So I was thinking about the movie Gladiator, which is a crisscross of the values of the Roman Empire, somewhat adjacent to the Judeo-Christian values, and that got all scrambled up, and we're still kind of in the mix of that. So the Gladiator is a great cross-section. The four virtues, Commodus, the evil son, who ends up killing his father, Marcus Aurelius, in this scene. The four virtues that he lists his father as valuing are wisdom, justice, fortitude, and temperance. And as I read the list, he says, I knew that I had none of them, but I had other virtues, Father. Ambition, that can be a virtue when it drives us to excel. Resourcefulness, courage, perhaps not on the battlefield, but there are many forms of courage. And devotion to my family, to you. But none of my virtues were on your list. So that all illustrates how he's twisted the actual virtues which have stood the test of time into his selfish, psychopathic interpretation of those. And he shortly goes about then to kill his father, who is rather shocked that he's failed as a father, and still has his values, but he won't commit to the evilness of his son. So what's happened to us in Canada here? We've got a crisscross of old values that have stood the test of time, but we have these other values, these fake values, that have come to pretty much take over our political discourse. And now we have a man in Ottawa proposing that he is the leader of progress and taking us into the new world, when in fact he's got just about everything upside down and backwards. And we are in a really big national crisis in this election 2019. So let us get our heads on straight and hope that God will help us to think right as we avoid these dead-end debates that are flooded upon us, and that we look for the core issues, which are the true virtues, the true values, which really we need to guide ourselves by. That's it for now.